Hey everybody, Scott and Josh here with Two Dudes at a Bar, all things golf. This show is sponsored by Hickory Shaft Bistro and beautiful Brunswick Plantation Resort and Golf, located in Calabash, North Carolina, just minutes from top destinations like Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, Sunset Beach, and more. Josh, it is all things golf, and President's Cup is coming up December 9th through 15th. What stands out to you as the top item we should start our discussion with today?
Well, Tiger, the captain of the U.S. team, picked himself. Is that going to be in the best interest of the U.S. team?
Yeah, you know me from the beginning. I said he never should have. I get he's playing great or played great, but we've seen too many swings. And let's face it, his match play record is horrible.
And that's what it comes down to, is he is not a good match play player. He's great in stroke competition.
So weird considering the U.S. Amateur.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he won it twice, and it's the last part of it 3 times?
I thought it was 3 times.
Was it 3 times? We'll have to get fact checked on that one. But either way,
no one cares.
He's won in match play, but again, that was how many years ago? You know, it's a different beast. The players
still the WGCs.
He never does well.
He doesn't. I guess he really doesn't.
But when it was single elimination, he was out either the first or second round.
What's sad is he's won so many damn times, not one of us can remember, unless you're like a
Well, we're going back to his amateur career that was, almost 25 years ago. And we're going to WGC events that happen once every year, but he had the hiatus where he wasn't playing. And we have now the format change where it's round robin. So, yes, I can see where it's harder.
I don't like that.
And people don't really pay attention to that. I mean, golf is a stroke play competition played out over 72 holes. Tiger's great because he has 4 days to chase down a field. You get into mano-a-mano, you have 18 holes to win your match and get a point, half point.
18 holes or less.
Yeah, depending on how you're playing.
You could end up in a situation where, you're at the 13th hole and shit, it's time to get going.
I mean, I see why he wanted to pick himself. Like you said, he's playing good. He's playing, he just won the Zozo Championship, number 82. But again, it's a different beast, and I think he had a better selection in the choices he could have made that he should have gone with.
Yeah, definitely. Choosing Patrick Reed, he's got himself, and then he chooses Patrick Reed, one of the 2 most hated guys on tour, I would have to imagine.
You can't fault him because it is Captain America.
I get the Captain America thing, but, at some point in time, being Captain America, but letting your ego of Captain America start dictating everyday life and every day on tour. Like, dude, you can be an egotistical prick all you want for 3 days, 4 days, in the Ryder Cup, that's fine. The whole country's behind you, and that's not going to change. But being an egotistical prick day in and day out, get the hell out, dude. I don't want any of it.
But I think it was just blown more out of proportion because of what happened at the Ryder Cup. Because this was never circulated before then, right? You didn't hear Patrick Reed was a dick. You didn't hear that he was a problem on tour. Yeah, it all became in more of the hindsight of the media because of what happened in the locker room at the Ryder Cup and how that whole situation played out.
That's what the media is for, though.
I get it. But we really don't know. Again, we're going with
everything.
We're going with what's being said to us by them of what's actually happening. I know people have come out and said it wasn't as big of a deal. It happened at the Ryder Cup, whatever. Did Tiger use this as kind of a redemption year for Patrick Reed to get back into good standings on the PGA Tour and also in the team competition in locker rooms?
True. Now, moving over to the other most hated man, my least favorite golfer in the world. And when he came out, I'll just go ahead and say it. I was excited. I was like, okay, you're bringing a new style of golf, how golf is thought about. Little did I know it was going to go this far and this slow. But Bryson DeChambeau, I mean, is it worth pairing them together, Patrick Reed and DeChambeau, just to, almost like a live video feed on Facebook, just to see the comments that come in?
I don't know if Patrick Reed will be able to have the same conversation that DeChambeau can. Are they going to be too scientifical while they're out on the course? I mean, are they going to be able to talk to each other? That's just what I'm saying.
Albert Einstein and Bill Nye might be the only 2 to have that same conversation with Bryson DeChambeau. I'm sorry. Even Phil gets trumped on this one.
So it is a team competition. I get you have your caddy. They're supposed to help you. But you want to lean on your teammate. So how is anybody going to lean on Bryson DeChambeau or help Bryson DeChambeau when they are two separate minds that think when they're out there playing.
It does. It really makes it hard to, work with someone like that. Josh, I wouldn't call it a playing career for us, either one of us. But, we've played enough matches, enough team events, enough tournaments all around.
Right.
The Southeast and Northeast and Midwest that your partners do matter. And even if it's not for the skills, but conversation.
Yeah.
Being able to calm one another down, knowing what the other person, what makes them tick.
Right.
So you can, if they're having a bad day, how can you get them back on track? If they're having a great day, how do you keep them down low enough to where they maintain that steady feel and never get too excited? As coaches always said, you never want to get too high, you never want to get too low, but how do you keep them in the middle?
Yeah, and I mean, it is a stressful situation already getting into the team competition. So you want to have that person that's going to make you feel relaxed while you're out there. Again, with Bryson DeChambeau, who has a guy that literally sprays water on his balls on the range to mimic what it might do on the course. How do you play with someone like that? And who is going to, on the U.S. team, be able to play with Bryson DeChambeau or Patrick Reed?
So I just had a thought. I heard about the spraying, but now, time out. Does he take into account and which way the wind is blowing? Like, does he take the drop size into account? Like, does he drill bigger holes if it's a heavier rain day and squirt from over the top, from the side? Is it a side wind?
I'm sure when he's going through his rain situation, he probably goes in the front, the back, each side, the corners. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with what Bryson DeChambeau has done on tour already.
See, most people hire a posse for strength engineering technology. He hires analysts.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, but again,
whatever floats his boat, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing it. He's making a career out of it. So
as long as someone can get him to play faster and make faster decisions on the course, I don't give a shit what he does off the course.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the slow play that's really tainting his name. So if he gets it figured out, the golf game might speak for itself.
So let's talk about something more positive instead of just hating the golf world right now with those two guys.
It's not hate. I don't hate Patrick Reed because he is Captain America.
Okay, I guess it's just annoying.
Annoying, yes.
Annoying's the word.
He's that little fly gnat that doesn't go away, but he still performs.
Like I tell my daughter, hate's such a bad word. We should never use it. I just get annoyed by him faster than I get annoyed by others.
Yes.
I get annoyed by him like I do when I listen to Jim Cantori. Okay?
See, you can't hate on my man Jim. I'm a big Jim Cantori fan.
Dude.
I know he's single-handedly ruined the golf business sometimes in Myrtle Beach by predicting certain weather.
Not just the golf business. I mean, just because, never mind. Let's just not go
I know,
there.
that's not here or there.
This is a different show. That's personal life right there. He's a dick. So, Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, let's get to the one, he's third on our list, Brooks Koepka. There's a lot of ifs, ifs, ands, ors, or buts on this guy.
I think he will be there. He had a charity event down in Florida where he played, and DJ was there. A lot of other people were there. He said the knee looked good. I think it's shaping up for him to make the trip to Australia. Tiger will have to the day the competition starts to make that decision if Brooks can't go. So I guess it would be who's the next man up after that.
And I'm pretty sure that everything I've heard, Ricky's going to go on the trip, no matter what.
I think it would come down to Ricky or Kevin Kisner. I think those two guys will make, I don't know if he'll do both, but I think that's who's going to be the next man up. But like you said, I think Ricky will be the first in line.
Well, you always need other assistants while you're over there, Nonetheless, those guys can take a trip, have some fun, and walk around with the guys and act as, an assistant coach of some kind if they want.
Again, we talked about having the right people in the locker room. Ricky Fowler and Kevin Kisner are the most two-legged guys on tour, so why would you not want them in that locker room to help? I get it's the President's Cup, not really much assistance needed for this competition, but still, you want to have the right guys there.
Yeah, you do. And, looking at the U.S. team, obviously, I think it's stacked again. I'm happy to see, though, when I say stacked, it's stacked in a different way. It's not your typical names. It's, hot players like Gary Woodland, consistent player Tony Finau, Patrick Cantlay comes out of nowhere. I mean, we all knew he was going to be good. We were just waiting until he could kind of, get everything going in the right direction all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the back injury is what slowed him down. Yeah. Now that he got his back figured out, everyone saw what type of player he was going to be coming out of college. I mean, he was an amateur and shot the course record up at my home course, TPC River Highlands, at the Travelers Championship. Shot a 60 before, Jim Furyk came in and shot the 58. But everyone knew coming out of college what type of player he was, but he was derailed by the injuries. Now he's got his chance to represent his country and show what type of player to the world exactly he is.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. Xander Schauffele, over the last 2 years has been really, really consistent.
He's due to win a major. It's going to happen. I think this year is going to be his year. He's been so close. I think Xander's got the chance to.
What's his best chance?
I mean, the Masters, I think it's got to be. He's been in the top 5 of the past 2 years. I know he's had high finish in all the other ones, but I think the Masters is his best bet to win a major this year.
Yeah, I definitely like that call. Bryson DeChambeau, going back to him, I think his being on the team was more of the earlier 2-year span than the latter part.
I mean, he just won recently.
Not great, but the bulk of his body of work, I think, happened not so recent.
Yeah. Again, he's a player that he kind of brushes off all the comments. He's still going to do what he does. I don't think that's going to change, regardless of what people say to him.
There's nothing anyone can say to him.
He's going to do what he does. He said he's working on getting his pace picked up, which I guess, kind of saw it in the last couple of tournaments he played in. It was a little bit quicker. The guys that are calling him out, Brooks Koepka would probably play 18 holes in under 2 hours if he had the chance. I mean, guys that play like that, it is hard to go and play in a tournament like that. But again, he qualified on his own. He wasn't a captain's pick, so the work was there to make him on the team, and he has the game. So you got to give the thumbs up to the team that the U.S. has going into this, and I think it should be a sure-in win for the U.S. over the international team.
Now, Ernie Els, had, I think, what we all figured to be the picks that everyone thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
I think for the most part. But, he does have a good team. Obviously, there's a few guys, I'm not personally as familiar with. But, we do have to talk about one of the international players, Abe Answer.
Calling out Tiger. Says he wants him. They went head to head with each other down at WGC Mexico, so I guess that's kind of where it started. So the reason that Abe's calling him out, I guess, is to get his revenge. Tiger, again, we said, isn't as strong in match play, so this might be the chance that Abe could get the better of Tiger.
Well, I mean, is this the thing Tiger needs, though? Is if he's going to go up against someone, does he need to have almost that little bit of personal beef with them? Or just that
motivation? He had it. I mean, God, what was the guy's name that he destroyed 9 and 8 that called him out too? Stephen Ames. Stephen Ames called him out, and Tiger whooped on him 9 and 8. So is that really someone you want? I get it. It's not the same Tiger, but do you really poke the bear like that?
Well, the thing is, though, yeah, exactly, right? Like, we get to a certain point in our career where we know we have so many good rounds left in us. Tiger's, is this one of those things? He plays consistent, plays good, plays when it matters, and then you wait for the little dickhead like Abe Answer to come along and give you that watch this.
Yeah.
You want to see what Mel Fart can do?
I mean, it could be the poke that he needs for his match play to go up, and I hope it's not the highlight of the international versus the U.S. team in this President's Cup, but the young guys that got picked, like Joaquim Niemann and Sung Jae Im, those are two guys that are going to be the future stars of the international team. So it's good that Ernie Els got him in there early and kind of have that maturity to work with Hideki, Adam Scott, and Jason Day, Louis, and Leishman. I think it's just good for the international team to start building up that youth.
I agree. Looking at the teams, kind of seems like it should be United States all the way. But we don't ever want to say that because we've seen the United States.
It's golf. Anything can happen.
Exactly. I mean, there's weather-related incidents. Anything can happen. Who knows? The international team might all come out and shoot and play the best they've ever played before.
Yep.
But, until next time, this is Josh and Scott, two dudes at a bar, sponsored by Hickory Shaft Bistro, Brunswick Plantation Resort and Golf in Calabash, North Carolina. Josh, thank you for your time today, bud, and we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good one, folks.